In your opinion, do you think most farmers are like a factory farm, like big scale farms? Or?
I don't know, honestly. I'd say the number of big scale farms certainly outweigh small scale farmers these days. Is that true? I don't know if my facts correct.
I'm curious at what you consider a big scale farm. Just because a guy farms a bunch of acres, a lot of times those farms are still a family farm.
That's true. I don't know much about farming.
I'm a fourth generation farm, and I farm 3,500 acres.
Oh, awesome.
But in my business, it takes that amount of production for me to be sustainable.
Do you think GMOs could be better for the environment or worse for the environment? What's your opinion?
My opinion is I think with the GMOs are worse for the environment. Now, I don't really have all the knowledge on that, so I'm always open to hearing different things.
Yeah, it's interesting what the GMOs can do because, like you said, the world's changed. Our environment, our weather patterns have changed so much. The GMOs actually allowed us to farm so much healthier for the ground. My husband and I, when you till up your garden, you're mixing up all of those nutrients and you lose some of that topsoil and that richness of the organic matter that's in that soil. And so we don't do that. We don't till anything. And it's because the GMO we're able to do that because we don't have the weed pressure that somebody who has non-GMO. They're worrying about weeds, so they have to till up the ground and kill those weeds every year.
From the people that come up to you and buy this, what questions do you get asked about y'all's produce?
Usually if it's treated with any pesticides, mostly where it's grown.
Where it's grown, yeah.
Yeah, they keep it simple, I'd say.
Yeah.
And like where it's grown, usually it always depends on the weather and climate.
I'm curious, what is a farmer to do when he, like on a corn, when he gets infested with worms?
I know, right?
And so
it's one of the things people really don't think about. How hard it is to keep a crop healthy and disease-free, insect-free. And I mean, I wouldn't say like pesticides are evil or like they're bringing down the quality of all the produce, but it sounds kind of alien. It sounds kind of uncomfortable for people, I guess, when they hear that their food that they're eating is sprayed with, chemicals. That's they get the idea of just foreign chemicals on their produce, but it is necessary.
Yeah, it is necessary, and I think that's what a lot of times there's just such a disconnect. They've not gone out there and actually put in the time and the energy to grow that crop, but they want to come to a place like this and they want it to look perfect. I think a lot of times we try to educate people that when we use pesticides or insecticides, we use it on a limited time basis or a need basis. It's not something that we just go do just to do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I grow one of the crops I grow is a grain sorghum, and we have an aphid that comes in, and if we don't spray it within 24 hours to 48 hours, we lose our whole crop. And I think it's just making sure that people understand that those risks and those challenges are still out there.